Starting the day on the 21st floor, and it's gray. Not only in New England, but also in Las Vegas. There is the sphere. Let's see if we can go higher. I think we can. 26, going up. Okay, out this door. Oh, where'd the window go? Get some pretty lights here. A lot of ballrooms up here, but I don't think you can go out the door. So that view we just had was towards the north. Here it is looking towards the south. When I saw it said sky view. Of course I had to come this way. I'll go over here, look towards the east a little bit, I think. Can we? Not yet. Somebody's got a pool down there. It's looking kind of southeast. Airport's right over there. Surrounded by mountains, and it's snowing in the mountains here. Let's check this door. Hopefully it's open. Yes. TK, seat for one, please. All right, now here we are. Now looking back toward the west, a little higher up. There's the high roller, the Mirage and Flamingo, and the Sphere. And you can see the sky is falling. That is looking towards the northeast now, and it is raining in Las Vegas. Just a tiny bit damp right now. Meanwhile, in New England, breaking news, the sun came out this morning for a second, just enough for Fred DeVecca in Shelburne. Get this photograph. Thank you for Dave for gathering these sunrise photos. And yes, there was some blue sky even spotted over Boston at midday. So again, it's about 10 a.m. here where I'm shooting this now, and 1 p.m. in New England, where the streak of snowy days ended yesterday. So yesterday would have been day 28, but instead it was the first day in 28 days with no new accumulating snow in New England. And I love the contributions. Eric in Goffstown, New Hampshire this morning sharing this image. He says, it looks like it snowed last night. And when the sun does not come out this time of year, the snow that does fall, if you're in a cool air mass, is going to hold on to the trees. Well, today it's holding on a little bit, and there is some new snow in the forecast. Most of the news is talking about this storm that's coming onto the west coast. The primary low now moved up into the North Pacific off of Western Canada, and there's another low that's kind of spun off coming in near San Diego, and that's the one that's impacting us here in the Southwest. Anyhow, so you get the West Coast storms that are going to be crossing the country, but they're going to be split. Part of them are going to come across the south, and some of them are going to go into Canada, and some are going to stay in the Pacific Ocean. So let's go to the New England map this afternoon. There's a weak low on a front to our north, and once again, word of super cooled water droplets and icing delayed the opening of some of the lifts at Sugarbush, and I'm sure other areas. I just happened to see this with the super cooled water. Once again, we've had this every week now this winter where you have icing happening, and in many cases it was snowing below that layer. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but let's go to tonight, and that front is pressing off to the south. High pressure to the north in Canada is going to be cold. High pressure to the south over the southeastern United States. That's kind of the side that we're on right now. And 3 low pressure systems and really baggy isobars. So not very much wind tonight. Baggy isobars, meaning that New England is surrounded by one isobar. It looks like about 1,012 or so, and it's about 1,009 low. And it's going to redevelop off New Jersey tomorrow morning. So the front's going to be south of New England tomorrow morning, and that's going to cause some precipitation near the south coast. Take a break and look at this sphere, what it does. It's always changing. You got precipitation in the background. I think it's looking at us. Oh my goodness, we're looking at it. It's looking at us. Looks like it could just come alive and gobble us. So let's go to the NAM high resolution hour by hour forecast. Almost looks like a little bit of a snow shower or even snow squall trying to come in. This is tonight. Now we're getting into 3-4Z Friday. That's midnight. And then tomorrow morning, we have some scattered snows ending in northern New England, some light rain and snow mixed in southern New England tomorrow morning. And there may be a coating in some of the hills in Connecticut, but it's fairly warm. We're still in the 30s here tomorrow. And then you have, looks like drying and fairly breezy weather coming in later tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then Saturday, another kind of front, almost backdoor cold front. We've been talking about this for the last 10 days, what it was going to do, and it looks like it may want to still try and bring a little bit of snow from Maine to Cape Cod. So some of us, even in, well, some of you in New England, may wake up to a little bit of a coating of snow on Saturday with not much in the forecast. All right, now the sphere has changed again. I could just stand here all day and watch this. I heard about the right whale stranding on Martha's Vineyard there. The word from Nantucket Current. That was a very sad occurrence in New England just a few days ago. Feel like you're deep in the ocean. The sphere experience. I didn't program the sphere to do this. It just did it. Postcard from Earth, featuring Darren Arofsky's script. My script would be, if I had a car and ski gear, that I would be heading northwest. Ross Budd told me that there's a ski area out there. I think it's probably hidden behind those buildings, called Lee Canyon, and it's got more than 2,700 foot vertical, and it's only an hour drive from Las Vegas. Top elevation over 11,000 feet, and they may be getting the biggest snow they've had in a couple of winters right now, and it looks like a foot of snow for them. What about snow for New England? All right, let's switch gears and go to the lower 48 play-by-play and these storms that are coming in. Actually, no, I want to show you this map for Saturday morning. What's happening to this cold front. I'll lay the tracks here. This cold front that comes through New England over the next 48 hours is headed all the way for North Florida. And that's going to be sort of the track that the next systems coming out of the southwestern United States are going to follow, a much farther south track. All right, so let's go back to this. All the action in the west is splintering. Some of it's moving north into Canada, other parts going across the deep south here in New England. It looks like the pressure gradient tightens a little bit with a storm way out over the ocean to our east, and it gets windy and stays fairly cold and dry, and we should start a new streak, ending our streak of cloudy days, now 9 in a row, with a sunny day. After Saturday, the sun should be out. Starting Saturday, the sun should be out probably through mid or late week next week, with high pressure coming in here, and fairly cold nights, sunny days in February, so any snow that we would have would be shrinking just because of the sunshine, even though in Boston we have a freezing day the middle of next week. There's a nice high pressure system right over us, and then late in the week, next weekend, now we're getting into the 8th and 9th, and I'm going to be following this front back across the country. We're going to see some of those west coast storms that are riding north finally push a cold front down through here next Saturday or Sunday, and before that it would warm up and then get colder again. All right, look at the sphere now. What's it doing? It's always changing. It's mesmerizing. Let's go to the coast-to-coast snowfall. I think this is about week 13 or 14, going into 14 of coast-to-coast snow in the United States and southern Canada, and you can see it's not really coming into New England. You have a strip coming off the west coast going up through central Canada, and then another strip with that second low going across the Rockies into the Midwest. If you have the means and the time, a strategic strike west, as Weird likes to say, would be an opportune thing to do, with all those mountains from Idaho and Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California for the win, getting snow the next 10 days. Let's go to California, where we've already had about a foot of snow in the Sierra Nevada, and it looks like another, I don't know, 6 to 8 feet to go. Ryan Maui put out this post saying that it looks like we're going to be measuring rainfall in 6 to 12 inches close to Los Angeles. So the biggest storm this winter coming on the west coast, and usually when it's cold and snowy in the west, it warms up in the east, and that is the case. It's going to warm up in the east, just slowly though. What's it doing now? Look this way, look this way. Come on, look at me. Look at me. He's looking over there at the, yes, you see that? He heard me. This is so fun. So yeah, it's hard for me to focus when I'm in the West Coast talking about the East Coast weather, but another cloudy 48 hours or so, some snow, and looks like a nice weekend for skiing. It doesn't look too windy. Well, actually it does kind of look kind of windy this weekend, but should be real pretty. We've had so much ice and snow, more ice than snow on the trees in the last 2 weeks. There's been damage in the backcountry from so much ice, and it's going to look so pretty when the sun does come out on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to chase today. I'm interested to see that it's raining in a place that only gets 4 inches of rain per year on average. And I would be so tempted to try and go up to those mountains, but I just don't really have it in me to rent car, rent gear and all that. And there's so much to do in Las Vegas, so take advantage of that. Here, there's a lot going on at the Flamingo and over at Caesar's Palace. And so late yesterday, I went on a walkabout in the subterranean area here at the Horseshoe, part of Caesar's resorts now. And downstairs, there's like the best kept secrets. If you have a family and you're in Las Vegas, you want to go down subterranean in the Horseshoe. So much down there, so I'll just let that speak for itself. And also got to meet Ted Ellis, representing Alex Epstein. He did a presentation yesterday, and that was very interesting. So, I'll stay away from the in-depth on that. Oh, there's a kitty. Oh, there's a bigger kitty. Look at the cat. So I am missing T-Rex and Steve and Mitt. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing them again. By next Monday, we should have them back in the game. This is just great. All right. Checking out from the 26th floor on a wet day in Las Vegas. Talk to you tomorrow. Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? I'm just going to sit right here and just edit now, all right? Kidding. What about 300 people sound like? It's called din. Nice din.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, yes. Now they speak.
Good evening, everyone.
Darn.
Good evening. I hope you're enjoying the food.
Just made it downstairs here at Horseshoe. Lots of interesting things. There's a dinosaur exhibit. There's real bodies. Not sure if I'm really into that. There's an arcade down there and monster mini golf. You got bowling. So you gotta walk around. Take another stairway down. Cool music. I'd probably get a copyright infringement for this. Twilight mini golf. Old school fun. A new school twist. Where are all the kids? I guess this isn't really a kids area. I'm a big kid. Some kids. Oh, your knickknacks and souvenirs. You got Dino Safari store with all the dinosaurs for the kids. Wow. Oh, there's a pool here. I didn't even know we had a pool. Just keeps going and going. Where is everybody? Nobody's advertising this. You got juggling bartenders. Got nothing else to do but juggle. That's great. Never know what you're gonna run into. All this space and resources, lack of people. No lines at these food courts. Nathan's, Potted Potter. I think there's some shows down here. How far does it go? More and more and more and more. These guys here, and apparently the pool is somewhere around here. Blue pool. I don't know where. Somewhere in there. Me.
Alex Epstein is our president. I'm sure you've seen his name on some of the books and some of the posters. He is a philosopher of energy and an energy expert who argues that human flourishing should be the guiding principle of energy and environmental progress. Like I said, very glad to have you out here. Hopefully we're all having a great week in Vegas. Cheers to Vegas. Cheers to Vegas. Good stuff. I also want to give a thoughtful book that offers a positive, pro-human alternative to the green movement. Don't take our word for it. Governor Rick Perry called it one of the most timely books that's been written in some time. Dennis Prager of Prager used that if you want to think clearly and morally about fossil fuels, and you must, you need to read this superb book. And like,
what's that? That looks like something. I don't get it. I don't whole thing go like this. I don't get it. I don't think I want.
Not to be confused with the Eiffel Tower, something else over here called Paris. Actually, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Very interesting and active. Vanderpump. It is. It's the same building we're staying in. I had no idea that you could walk to Paris from the Horseshoe. Both part of Caesars. That's where we had lunch yesterday over there. Fascinating. Take forever to learn your way around here. All right. More and more and more and more.
Reminds me now of my old days in Boston when you could smoke wherever you wanted to. It is thick in here. Cigar bar in Las Vegas. Too thick for me. I'm out. Good night, everybody.